Good evening, everyone. Today, I am excited to present my project Reherse, which is an AI-powered interview training web application that helps users prepare for a job interview in a personalized and intelligent way. So, we begin with the landing page, which consists of sections like the hero section, the features section, the customer testimonials, the facts, and the footer. Moving on, we have two pages, which is the sign up and login, where the user can sign up and log in respectively. Upon opening the sign up page, the user has mainly three fields, which is the name, the email, and the password. I'm just filling in some random data for now, creating the account. Now the user is brought to the login page where he's asked to log in by inserting his email and password. So let me just insert the fields. Now, after successfully logging in, the user is brought to the main dashboard, which consists of two pages, which is the home page where the user can create and start a new interview, while the reports page, which shows the analysis of the interviews which had been created. So now let's start an interview. Now, after starting an interview, the user is brought to the interview setup page. In the interview setup page, the user is asked to choose a skill. For example, let's say I choose React and select a job role, for example, front-end developer. These two buttons are basically allow the user to turn off his camera and turn on his camera. And similarly, this is for the microphone. These two sliders of camera and microphone are basically connected to the permissions. So let's say if the user has blocked his permissions for camera and tries to start the interview, it will give him a prompt that please allow camera access. So let me switch on the camera permissions and let's start the interview. So after successfully starting the interview, he will be brought to the interview instructions page where he'll be given basic information regarding the interview. For example, the number of questions, the instruction that will be asked to share your screen and you should allow audio, and then the basic instructions of mic turning off and on. So let's start the interview. So I will allow permissions to share the entire screen. Share.
Tell me about yourself and your experience in front-end development, particularly with React.
So now the AI will ask you questions one by one, and it will not be detected in the microphone until the user switches on his microphone. So now he can switch on his microphone and speak. For example, my name is Mohit Janjanwala and I'm a student of IT Roorkee.
Can you describe your experience with React hooks? What are
Like
some
this,
common
the
hooks
AI will
you've
ask
used,
about,
and can you give an example of a situation where you would choose one hook over another?
so like this, the AI will ask about 6 questions to the user, and the user will be asked to answer all the questions.
How do you approach managing state in a React application? Have you used any state management libraries like Redux or Context API? If so, can you describe a project where you implemented them and the benefits they provided?
One more thing that this detects is also the camera feed. So for example, if the user is not looking at the camera and looking towards the side, so it will detect that it's not looking towards the side and will respectively show it in the analysis page.
Let's say you're working on a React component that needs to fetch data from an API. How would you handle asynchronous operations and error handling in this scenario?
Let's just complete this section of asking the questions, right?
How do you ensure the performance of your React applications? What are some strategies you've used to optimize rendering and avoid common performance bottlenecks?
Yeah, so let's just move forward.
Why are you interested in this front-end developer role, and what makes you believe you'd be a great fit for our team?
So I'll just answer this section to show you that it's properly recognizing it. So I have just come over here for the money. I don't know if I'm a good fit for the team, but I'm actually really poor and want the money to feed my children. So after this, you're brought to the loading page where obviously your interview is sent to Cloudinary. Then the transcripts are generated. After that, the transcripts after being generated are sent to the AI, which analyzes your transcripts, and finally the data is uploaded to the database. So after the interview has been uploaded, you'll be brought back to the users section where you can see your reports, right? So for example, this was the interview which I just created. So it shows that you had created a interview for front-end developing using React, and it has just been created right now. Upon opening the interview analysis page, right, you'll be shown scores on the basis of knowledge, fluency, relevance, communication clarity, and confidence. Also, a sentiment breakdown is done, showing details like positive, neutral, and negative. This is where you can see the video of
Tell me
the
about
recording.
yourself and your
So, for
experience in
example, tell me
front-end
about yourself,
development,
the questions and all,
particularly with React.
everything has been shown. So, camera analysis shows that you had been distracted for over 30 seconds and you have an attention level of 72%. Then, script analysis shows the number of filler words you use, for example, so, etc. So, it shows that you have a noticeable use of filler words or long pauses. Over here, you can see the question wise feedback, for example. So now you can switch the microphone. This is what I'd speaking because I was explaining the details, right? So it shows, it gives an interview. So for example, let's look at the sixth question, which I have properly answered, right? So this shows that, so I've just come here for the money. So it shows that the user is giving a very inappropriate and unprofessional response. And this is basically how Reherse, the web application, works. Basically providing the user with proper feedback regarding his interviews and allowing him to perform better in his interviews. Finally, you have the logout page where you can finally log out and go back to the login page. And that's about it. Thank you.